Occurred, the 14th of June 2009, 0 hours 0 minutes and 0 seconds local location. Sheridan, in, USA. Shape, triangle duration. 3 minutes no of observers. 2 characteristics. Lights on object beautiful triangle over Sheridan, Indiana. We had just seen one other object that we couldn't identify, but this one was about 1/4 mile above us and the one prior to this one was a lot further up. We were sitting on the porch outside talking on a beautiful clear evening. I happened to look up and to my left and seen something that I couldn't explain. I immediately pulled my witness directly into the yard and said, "What is that? Do you see that?" She said, "Yes, I see it." It was a definite triangle shaped with illuminated brownish-red tint moving slowly. No noise, just smoothly cruising west over our rural countryside. This is the first time I have seen anything like this in the sky. The triangle shape was definite. It was that low for us to see the details. I felt I was watching the making of the movie Star Trek all of a sudden. This is becoming a very active night for us in this part of Indiana.
Occurred, the 14th of February 2020, 20 hours 50 minutes and 0 seconds local location. Sheridan, in, USA. Shape, changing duration, approximately 1 hour no of observers. 2 characteristics. Lights on object, aura or haze around object bright, unmoving light in night sky. My husband and I were driving west on State Road 38. Just before 6 Points Road, I noticed a very bright light in the sky to the southwest. It wasn't moving or flashing and was entirely too bright to be a star. We turned onto 47 from 38, still heading west, and it was directly in front of us. We stopped at Ricker's gas station. I called my mom to tell her to look outside and I got out of our vehicle to watch it. My mom told my dad and he got his binoculars out. He said it looked like a strand of lights just hovering. My husband and I decided to get closer to it. So we headed west again on 47. We drove all the way to Highway 421 and parked in the church parking lot on the left-hand side of the road to view it and take some pictures. We parked where we could see it perfectly. We took a couple pictures and videos, then decided we were done. Just as we were about to leave, I looked up at it and realized it had moved. Not a lot. Just slightly, because it was now party ally hidden by trees. It was moving very slow. I took a small video of it moving and then we decided it was time to go home. Once we were home, we looked at our pictures and videos. The videos show the object glowing bright, then getting lighter. In my pictures, the first couple are just a bright spot. The last 3 are weird. Number 1 looks like a crescent moon. Number 2 looks like a line but curved slightly. Number 3 is a straight across line. About 30 minutes later, I was contacted by my aunt who lives about 10 minutes north of me. She said her boyfriend was driving home on US 31, headed south just at Hamilton, Tipton County line, and saw one. He said it came down from the sky and he thought it was going to crash into him. When he got home, he told her and they both went outside and saw not only one but 2 different lights in the sky. They were there for about 20 to 30 minutes and disappeared.
Occurred, the 1st of December 1998, 18 hours 0 minutes and 0 seconds local location. Westfield, 5 miles north of, in, USA. Shape. Fireball duration. 10 to 12 seconds no of observers. 1 characteristics. Aura or haze around object. This was observed while driving north on US 31. Object flying WNW from SAF. 500 featuring alt. At 4 to 500 miles per hour. Medium brightness yellowish white light. No anti-collision or beacon lights. I am retired USAF and have not seen anything like it prior. Wife observed as it was flying away. Object as yellowish white in color, not overly right, assumed a straight path. Appeared to be a small round or spherical object without wings or tail. Cannot say anything about sound. Windows were up along with radio.
Occurred, the 3rd of February 2004, 21 hours 30 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location, Westfield, 3 miles north of IN, USA. Shape, formation, duration, 30 seconds. Know of observers, 4 bright white orbs in line formation near intersection of State Route 38 and US 31 near Westfield, in. I was driving north on US 31 just south of the State Route 38 and US 31 intersection at approx. 9:30 p.m. The sky was clear. In the northwest section of the sky, I saw 4 circular lights lined in a horizontal line from west to east. The orbs appeared to be bright whitish yellow. The orbs were about 5 times larger and brighter than any star I have seen. The orbs didn't move. Each orb was visible for about 30 seconds, and then from east to west, one by one, the lights went out. I have traveled that route daily for the past 12 years. I have never seen anything like it before or since. I enjoy amateur astronomy and have lived near Grissom AFRB for decades. I very am familiar with the nighttime appearance of stars, planets, meteorites, flares and aircraft. What I saw that night was unique to my experience.
Occurred, the 4th of August 2006, 22 hours 14 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location, Westfield, IN, USA. Shape, orb duration, 2 seconds. Know of observers, 1 while traveling northbound towards State Route 32, I saw 2 amber orbs on the northern horizon. The lights were positioned very close to each other in a diagonal formation. The top orb disappeared and then the bottom orb did the same. This is the 3rd time I have seen these lights over the last 4 years. These amber lights look exactly like the Phoenix lights, except on a smaller scale.
NUFORC sighting report occurred, the 16th of April 2008, 10 hours 37 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location, Westfield, in, USA. Shape, cigar duration, 3 minutes. Know of observers, 3 characteristics. Lights on object, a huge object with about 22 lights rotating counterclockwise, moving, hovering, and then vanishing north of Hamilton County, Indiana. I live in Westfield and was outside with my friends and just happened to look up and I seen this object come down from the sky diagonally. It was one solid object because the individual lights were perfectly aligned. It leveled itself out and just kind of hovered for about 20 seconds or so. While all this was happening, the lights on the object were rotating counterclockwise. It then took back off up toward the sky and so fast, it just vanished. I live about 20 miles from where this happened. I was just far enough to know that it wasn't a bunch of little objects. It was not a flare. We would have never been able to see AF-16 from there, especially in the night. We could tell it was one big object with about 15 to 25 lights. I would imagine that if you were anywhere close to the site, like 5 miles or so, it would look like a fireball, but it wasn't. We had a perfect look at it. By the time we got out camera phones loaded up, the thing was long gone. Also, the local news talked about sending helis up to the scene, but I didn't see any of them headed that way. They also said it was F-16s last night. This morning they said it was meteor showers. Now they are saying it was F-16s. F-16s are not allowed to break the sound barrier, and why would they do a training mission around a residential area? Things are not adding up. I am the biggest skeptic of them all. And after last night, I don't think I will look at the sky the same anymore. What we witnessed last night was no man-made aircraft. No way, no how. I am always the person that has to see it to believe it. Buddy, I seen it and I know in my heart it wasn't anything close to normal.
Occurred, the 10th of February 2009, 0 hours 57 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location, Westfield, in, USA. Shape, unknown duration, 30 seconds. Know of observers, 1 characteristics. Lights on object, 2 extremely bright pulses of white light followed by brief power outage from second-story window facing north. 2 slow pulses of extremely bright white light illuminated the room as if daylight, then a popping sound from the TV in the room, which had been turned off for at least an hour, then a brief power surge knocking out the power for a moment. There was no sound with the lights, no helicopters, no cars, no thunder, lightning, no transformer blowing up, no sound at all.